ABC News Now. Good to know.
Welcome to this edition of Now You Know. I'm Daniel Sieberg in New York. Well, we all know the saying that dogs are a man's and a woman's best friend. But have you ever thought about why? According to our next guest, they can be more than just a companion. They can teach you about yourself, love, life, and happiness. Joining us today to share her tips on getting to know yourself and your dog a little better is author of Leashes and Lovers, Sheryl Matthys. Sheryl, thanks for joining us.
Well, hi, Daniel. Great to be here.
Well, you know, let's have some full disclosure up front. I am a dog owner. I have a beagle, and I'm pretty sure you have a greyhound. Is that right?
Oh, great. Well, I'm so glad you have a beagle. Yes, I have greyhounds, and that's what really attracted me about Leashes and Lovers and starting it in the first place is you hear it all the time. You know, your dog changes your life, and when I first saw the greyhounds, I knew immediately that that was the kind of breed that I wanted because of their calm demeanor, and they're so gentle and so loyal, and they really did change my life, and Leashes and Lovers is what came about through that.
Very striking dogs to look at, and you've had a lot of experience working with dogs and owners of dogs, and the full title of your book, we should say, is Leashes and Lovers, What Your Dog Can Teach You About Love, Life, and Happiness. Now, what are some of the most important things that your dog, your greyhound, has taught you over the years?
Oh, our dogs teach us so much, and I'd say the three things that I know I've really taken away from having a dog is, one, how they greet you at the door. And if we did that with everyone who came through our door, gave them a smile, a hello, maybe even a hug, things would be so much better about our day. And also to remember to treat others as the gifts they are and not burdens necessarily. And also remembering to just have that unconditional love and non-judgment and forgiveness toward others.
Yeah, that's pretty special, that unconditional love. Well, let's talk about how your dog can help you communicate better. You've been inspired by dogs. You've written about these 3 steps for communicating more effectively. The first one you talk about is body language. I mean, is there something that dogs do, the way that they move, the way that they sort of position themselves in a room that's actually telling us something?
Well, our dogs can't speak English to us, but yet we really do communicate with them, and our dogs really know how to see what we want to have them do. So they know how to read our body language, and we interpret through them as well. So yes, having that communication there, meaning talking less and actually listening more to one another.
I know my dog will go sit in the corner if he's not getting the treats that he wants. That might be a sure sign. All right, what about making eye contact? I know it seems that dogs really will give you this stare. I mean, this really intense stare if they want something.
Don't they? And the eyes have it, as I say, and especially in this state of age of technology that we're in, it seems as if we're so used to sending a text message or an email these days, but I really encourage people to have that face-to-face contact, and that's why our dogs make us melt so much too, because when you gaze into a dog's eyes, our body releases oxytocin, which is sort of that emotion to naturally want to bond with others. And I always even think of the episode in Sex and the City when Carrie was so distraught over how her boyfriend could break up with her over a Post-it note. So it's like remembering to have at least the face-to-face communication with others.
There's really something to that expression, puppy dog eyes.
Yeah.
Well, also you say don't ignore the human touch. I think we all love to spend a little affectionate time with our dogs, but what are you talking about here?
Right, so also remembering that our words sometimes can fall short, and what can have so much more meaning is simply just a touch to someone's shoulder to show that you care, and it's why we also get so many rewards by simply petting our dog. They show that it's been proven that just petting your dog will lower your blood pressure and also releases stress in your life.
Well, you know, your book also focuses a lot on relationships and how dogs can help you find love, but you also talk about jealousy. And, you know, I think for some people it's hard to imagine that a dog can get jealous, but I think this actually does happen, right? Especially when you merge these 2 houses together. And you've got some tips for people to make sure that your pooch and your new significant other form this happy pack. First tip is do things together. How does this work?
Right, to actually remember to involve everyone in it, because especially say if the dog it was the woman's dog, and now you're trying to make this happy pack so that you don't look at it as always her dog, but now it also becomes your dog together. So taking those walks together, spending some time in the evening, whether it's on the couch or outside.
And what about the next one, fess up? What does that mean?
Fess up basically means having honesty in your relationship, integrity, being loyal to one another so that you really are in it for the long haul.
Now, you suggest some private time with your dog. How long does it take to feel comfortable with somebody new in a relationship?
Well, it depends on the person, but I equate it to swimming. Either you can dip your toes in or you can go ahead and just jump in and take the plunge. So, but you're still going in the right direction, whereas a dog, you know, a lot of times they're so much more flexible and easily adaptable that we could take their cues from them and go with the flow.
Now, your next tip is a family meeting. You're talking about you, your dog, maybe your new love interest all sitting around the table together?
Sure, why not? But mainly for the humans too, to schedule some time, whether it be once a week or once a month, but to have that quality time of even if it's 15 minutes or a half hour and talk about where you are in the relationship and where you want it to go.
And what about be consistent? This one's important for a dog as well?
Oh, it's so important to be consistent with your dog so that they know what is expected of them. Our dog wants nothing more than to make us happy and to please us. But when we go changing the rules, they don't know how to do that. And then often we end up saying, oh, I have a bad dog, when really it's, you know, we just need to be more consistent in what guidelines we do set.
Now, sometimes humans take a while to sort of suss each other out and see how they feel about each other. But is it true a dog can find out everything about another dog in just 7 seconds?
Isn't that incredible? If only we humans could do that, right? In 7 seconds, when dogs sniff, they will know the other dog's age, its sex, its demeanor, its mood, its health, and we're just usually guessing.
All right, well, Sheryl, thanks so much for joining us here. We're both dog lovers, and I'm sure we got some nice years ahead with them.
Oh, well, I hope so. And you can certainly find the book today. It's launching at leashesandlovers.com/the-book.
Absolutely. Well, Sheryl Matthys, thanks so much for joining us. And for more of Sheryl's tips, you can, of course, pick up a copy of her book. She mentioned it, Leashes and Lovers. You can go to leashesandlovers.com, her website there, /the-book. Well, that's all the time we have for this edition of Now You Know. I'm Daniel Sieberg in New York. Thanks so much for watching.
ABC News Now. Good to know.